Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm very excited to have you here. And if you're new here, you are in the right place. I'm Catherine, and I am going to be your host for as long as you're going to be coming to our channel. And this is our first YouTube channel. I can't believe this. I don't know what I have been waiting for, why I've waited for this long, but we've decided to start. And okay, let's dive in. So today our topic is about wealth, how to build wealth in Dubai. How to build wealth in Dubai. Now I'm saying how to build wealth in Dubai. I'm calling Dubai because most people think that to build wealth in Dubai, you must be a high income earner. Now, this goes to every other country that you're in, whichever country you're in, it goes to address it as well. But today, my focus is on Dubai for the examples we are going to follow. And we'll be having a couple of sessions here, and we will learn accordingly and we will grow together. So, like I said earlier, most people think that to build wealth in Dubai, you must be a high income earner. What if I told you that's not true? Yes. So, if you're living in Dubai, and I've had a couple of, because I'm saying this from experience and I'm saying this from many testimonies. So I've heard a couple of testimonies. People share their testimonies with us, better say with me. I know I personally have a couple of friends who have shared their testimonies on how they build their wealth from nothing. Some were living in, they came and were living in bed spaces, and you know some were living in many different conditions. Some even started by sleeping by the roadside and so many other things, but they have grown accordingly. And some of them, the information they gave me, that they shared with me, like my friends, I felt like these are some strategies that if some people might know it and they implement it, there are a lot of people there that don't know these information. So if they will know it and they decide to implement it, they will build wealth. So this is the reason behind this channel. People are lacking in information, and we all know that information is power. Once you have the right information, and you're willing to put that information you have into action. First thing is information, and then the willingness to put that information to action. Nothing will stop you, especially if you're someone with a high level of determination, that you're determined and you have a vision. So, like our channel's name is set, winning mindset. Sometimes you get the information, but your mindset will not let you go for it. You feel like, oh, well, actually, these kind of things are not for me. This channel is for you, and this information is for you. Yes, for you. You is watching. So we first of all want to talk about how to transform your mind, because before you win for anything, you always have to know that you are winning. Your mind have to let you know that you have won. Sometimes some terrible things happen to people, and you will hear them say, "Oh, I already knew that this will happen. I said it." Some people would say things like, "I said it. They did not listen to me. I said it. I knew that this would be the outcome." And once you create an expectation, you attract the reality of that. I know you can say, okay, I've been creating an expectation of a good job and I haven't attracted it. I've been creating an expectation of finances, I haven't attracted. Or maybe someone can even say, I've been creating an expectation of a rich friend or rich boyfriend and I haven't attracted. Actually, you can attract whatever you believe. Okay, so we are focusing on the mind, how the mind function, and how you bring to reality those things that are within your reach, that are within you, but you're letting your mind stopping you from having them. Now let's go back to our topic before we expatiate on this area. So the first thing I want us to look at is, first of all, your mind. We're going to be talking so much on this channel about mind. So whichever topic we introduce, we have to first target the basic of it, which is your mind. It's just like when you go to plant in a farm, anything, you have to talk about the soil. You have to know that this soil is good for this. So if you are here and your mind is telling you, oh, this information is not for you, you cannot build wealth in Dubai, you have to change your mind and know that this information is for you, and you are going to build wealth, not just in Dubai, but wherever you are, whichever amount you're earning, you can build wealth. People have been stagnated. People have been put in a situation where they have stayed in one position for too long because of how their mind has been playing them. So once you let your mind make you know that you cannot achieve those things that we are sharing here, it's not going to be possible. But if you put in your mind that these are for me, and if I put them into practice, I definitely will achieve them, you're definitely going to achieve them. So you have to have the winning mindset. You have to quit being like, oh, these good things are not for me, these are for these particular people. When you on your own, by yourself, you divide some things, you feel like these particular goodies, this particular excellence, these great things can happen to these people, I am not worthy of them, I cannot achieve them. Those things become your reality. You will not be able to achieve them. But once you listen to them and you feel like, okay, this is for me and I can achieve it, you will achieve it. So now work on your mind. I just want you to tell yourself that this message is for me, and I am going to build wealth wherever I am. Just repeat that again. Now close your eyes and let's repeat that together. This message is for me, and I am going to build wealth wherever I am. And that's right. Believe what you just said. You're going to build wealth wherever you are. Okay, so how to build wealth in Dubai? The first step we're going to be talking about is how you manage your finance. So you feel like, okay, you're earning less, you're earning less, and you start with maybe, anyway, let me just use the money and I'm going to have money again tomorrow and they're still going to pay me. This is a practical example. So I was somewhere and I met one guy cleaning. He's a cleaner actually. And he said something to me and I asked him, oh, I think he was talking about money. Then I asked him, oh, but the month just ended. What did you do with your salary? He said he used the money all. He went out and he used the money. He bought some things and all of that. So I asked him, oh, then how long have you been working in this company? And then he told me that he's been there for two years. His first term finished. And then he went ahead. This is the third year he's there now, actually, because every 2 years they renew his visa. So he's been there for the first 2 years. This is the second term, and he's there now for 1 year plus. So totally, he's been there for 3 years plus, and he's looking at the visa expiring and renewing it again to be there for like 6 years. And I said, okay, what's your plan? What do you plan for the future? He said, actually, I don't have any plan. The fact that my salary comes in every month, I'm excited. I use the money. I go out, I eat with friends. I send money to my family back home. I use all this money, and of course, I know at the end of the month, my salary will still come. So that was heartbroken for me, knowing that he's a young man, and I'm sorry to say, I felt like he didn't have a vision. I felt like he didn't have a vision. Not like, when you have a vision, irrespective of the amount you're earning, you can put it together and make something huge out of it. Now, let's say he earns 1,500 dirhams, right? We're going to be doing the maths together. Let's say he earns 1,500 dirhams, and I asked him, are they providing you accommodation? He said, yes. Are they providing you transportation? He said, yes. I said, okay, that's good. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he said they are paying him 1,300, something like that. And then he's been there going to 4 years. So I asked him, why don't you ask them to increase your salary? And he said, why are you saying that? If the others that are there, they have not increased their salary, who am I to expect them to increase my salary? That was just like we said in the beginning of our video, that was heartbroken because you feel like people that their salaries can be increased are not me. People who are worthy of more are not me. People who can have more are not me. But once you think like that, they become your reality. And I was, I don't want to say I was worried, but technically I was worried like, okay, what's the future? And he has a child from his country. He's in his country, he has a child. So how long do you plan on doing this, and how do you plan on building your own wealth where you can maybe tomorrow, of course, definitely, maybe something happened to the company and they don't want to work with you, and they just text you guys like, hey, we're not working with you guys again, leave the accommodation, leave the place. It has happened to me. One morning I woke up, took my shower, I went to work, and upon arriving there, I was told that they have decided not to work with me again. And it was in a school I was working as a teacher. So they told me to leave the house by tomorrow. It was a very big school in Turkey, a very, very big school. And they gave me 1 day to leave. Nothing happened. Nothing. I was okay. Everything was okay. And I was living in a very luxurious flat, a very luxurious apartment. It was, I think, a 3-bedroom apartment. I was living there all alone. Everything was luxury. So I've worked with them for 2 years, 2 years plus. They gave me a laptop that I was using, like everything. And when I arrived in school that morning, feeling excited because whenever I go to school, the school is on the ground floor, and the first floor they have a gym and a swimming pool. So I make sure I arrive in school around 8, no, around 7. I arrive around 7 because I'm supposed to be in school at 8. So I go and work out, take my shower, then I go downstairs. When you work out in the morning, you're sharp. So you go downstairs and they tell you, hey, Catherine, you're welcome, but today we will not like to continue with you. We would like to release you of duties. We are cutting costs, whatever they were saying. So we would not like to work with you, and we are giving you till tomorrow to leave. So that was me. Imagine I didn't have anything anywhere. This one is going to be a conversation for another day. But now let's come back to what we were talking about the wealth building in Dubai, with the guy's example that I'm using. So this guy is from, I think, I don't remember, it's from Uganda or wherever. Yeah. So I asked him and he said like that. So what kept me wondering was, what if this guy, for those 2 years, he's earning 1,300, right? And he doesn't have to pay his rent, he doesn't have to pay his bills. And I asked him, okay, for the past 2 years, have you been able to save any money? He said, why should I save? When every end of the month I will receive money. I use the money, I buy things, I give gifts to friends, I do this, I do that. So if that's you, my friend, you're not doing the right thing. If that's your situation, you're not doing the right thing. These jobs will not last forever. We've heard of entrepreneurs that started their own very huge companies, they started very big, and they crashed down. Did they plan for it? We've heard of people that started from nothing. They actually didn't have the money, but then they took the bold step. They met a lot of obstacles. They kept going, and today they are big CEOs. All of that boiled down to planning. Now let's budget this guy's money. This guy earns 1,300 dirhams, and he doesn't pay the rent, he doesn't pay the bills. And let's say he decides to use his pocket to feed and everything for like 300 dirhams. Okay, and then he decides to save 600 dirhams, so 400 dirhams will be left. And to cater for his family, he decides to send 300. And for just, miscellaneous, he keeps 100. So 600 is there. And he has worked there for, as per the time I was talking to him, it was 3 years, 6 months. So 3 years, 6 months, let's see how much that will be. 3 years, that would be, he's been there for 3 years, 6 months. He's been there for 42 months. And if he had been saving 600 dirhams a month, That's 25,200 dirhams. And 25,200 dirhams is about approximately $7,000, $8,000, right? That's enough to start your own business. Yeah, that's enough to start your own business. That's enough to establish something. That's enough to strategize and begin something. So I know I'm trying to put out something. I know you can say, okay, what if you have more responsibilities? But then a month should not pass where you are not able to save. There is no excuse for that. A month should not pass where you don't keep something, and you should create an account where is a saving account. You have an account where you said for each month, irrespective, the miscellaneous can go for your miscellaneous savings. And in a month where you have more responsibilities, those miscellaneous, maybe you've kept miscellaneous for 5 months, for 6 months, it can boil down to 600 or even 1,000 dirhams. And if you have more to spend, you pull it out from there and then you handle it. Because if you don't have a focus, if you don't have determination, you cannot build wealth. Wealth are for people that are determined. Wealth are for people that are willing to be wealthy. Wealth don't just come like that. You know, if you want to eat food, you don't just sit and say, oh my God, I wish to eat this kind of food. You make sure if you want to buy it, to pick up the phone and you go to the app and then you make the orders, right? Or you pick up the phone, you order the food stuff and you cook them, or you go out there. So those are some of the actions of eating your food. Those are actions of having what you want. The same apply for building wealth. The same apply for building wealth. So if you want to build wealth, you have to be strategic. You have to be strategic. You have to be intentional. You don't have to let life happen. You have to let life happen the way you want it to happen. You have to be somebody of discipline. You have to be somebody who is focused. You have to be somebody who have strategies, okay? You don't just live. And you have to be resilient, because sometimes some things will come, your friends will be like, oh, why are you even saving? What happened with your money? You say, no, I'm saving. You say, why are you even saving? You know, your salary is still coming. Let's go and have fun. Let's go and eat. Let's go and drink. You know, let's go and do these things. And they call you over and then you go and you're spending money, that same money that you would have kept and it would have helped you. There are opportunities everywhere. You can decide and say, okay, I'm going to till the soil and work this hard for the next 4 years, for the next 5 years. Now, this video is out there even for someone who is looking for a job. We are going to be bringing you guys amazing videos. We're going to be bringing you guys powerful videos. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Please, I need your subscription. Please, thank you. Okay, and you can also share the video to empower someone out there, okay? So yes, let's go back to our topic. Now, if we have to, let's say if we have to build wealth, like I said, you have to be very intentional. You have to make up your mind that you want to build wealth. And building the wealth, we will bring in different series. So this one is like the first series of it, okay? So we'll be bringing many series. So you want to build wealth. It first of all comes with a decision. And then you have to have this vision. First, you work with your mind. Your mindset. You don't have to have a limiting mind. You don't have to have the mind that say, this is not for me. It's for you. That's the first one. The second one is recognizing that you need to build wealth and what strategies you need to take in order to build the wealth. You recognize, okay, if I continue like this, it means I'm going to be a laborer all my life. It means this is how I'm going to be working for people all my life. And as we grow up, our strength reduces. The things I could do when I was younger, I cannot do them now the way I can do them. Of course, I can do them, but not with the same strength, not with the same, energy and everything. So those things, they fade out with time. Now, how do you want to build your wealth if you don't plan for the future? And I know people will say, okay, what about the future? What if I save the money and then I am I am not there, and then I lose my life and someone else come and use the money? What if you don't lose your life and then you did not save? What will happen to you? What if? So first, the mindset, knowing that you can. Second, the strategies. How much am I earning? How much am I earning? How much can I save? How much can I eat in a month? How much can I keep for miscellaneous? Miscellaneous is like maybe, you know, something come up that you were not expecting and you use it. That's another way, okay? So how you strategize yourself in that way, you are able to win. And also how you plan to work accordingly, like how you plan to manage the finances that come in. Now, we are still focusing on the guy, okay? So we've had let's say he's the one and he decides to win, and he wants to strategize to be wealthy. Now, the next question you're going to ask yourself is, what area do I want to build wealth in? What area do you want to build wealth in? For me, I would say personally, I am a good manager of people. I can manage people. So establishing a company where I can manage people to work in different areas will be easy for me. But of course, managing people is not bed of roses. So I can manage people, so I can say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. Maybe I want to run a cleaning company. I want to have the people there to work in this area, and I can manage them and work with them for the company to grow. Okay, so how do I get that? Maybe you go to the internet, you get some videos, you get some videos, you see how the people that maybe establish whatever you want to establish, how they started, what they did. You watch those videos and you envision, and then you go to the internet and then you print how you see yourself in the next couple of years. You print out those details, you print them out, and you put them on what we call a vision board. A vision board is a vision board where you visualize what you want to see, how you want to see yourself, where you want to see yourself. You understand? What you want to see yourself become in the nearest future. So you print out those things, you write on them. My name is Catherine. Catherine, I have the biggest real estate in Dubai, the biggest real estate in Turkey, the biggest real estate in America by 2027. You write it. Okay, we know it's impossible, but once you put your mind that this is possible, once you put it there and then you're visualizing it, once you're visualizing it, ideas now start busting into you, like, how do I make this a reality? How do I make this a reality? Now, when you're sitting, let me give you a practical example. And because the world is funny, if you're in Dubai and you're living in a bed space, you don't want to stamp it somewhere. You put it maybe on your screensaver, or maybe you write it in a book or somewhere where once you wake up, that's the first thing you get to look at it. That's the first thing you get to look at it. You snap it in your mind. That's the first thing you look at it. Maybe you close your eyes for some seconds and imagine them becoming your reality. And then when you go to the other one on your, what's this? That's the first thing you wake up and see in the morning. You spend like 3 minutes visualizing yourself having them and ideas. And then after a tiring day, you can not just go somewhere and open it and look at it and, make some declarations or some confession. Catherine, I have the biggest real estate in Dubai 2027. I have the biggest real estate in Dubai 2027. I attract the right people. You read those things to yourself. And in the evening as well, before you go to bed, you look those things and then you believe them. When you keep confessing them and you keep believing them, with time, you're going to see ideas coming to you on how to have these things. Your reality. Yes. You're going to have ideas. You're going to be receiving ideas on how to have them as your reality. So, yeah. And then once you put this vision board, you keep looking at them. Now you start looking on ways to strategize to have these to grow gradually and get there. The first, I can do this. The second, strategies on how to get it. And then what do I want to get? That's the vision. What do you want to get? And now you have this vision. How do I get it? That's what we'll talk about now. Saving and studying. Okay, if you want to have it through, let's say you want to have it, you want to be a real estate, you can go to now to the YouTube, you can go to Udemy. You know, if you want, I will put it down on the channel. If you want, if you're interested, just tell me interested, please send us a link. You go to Udemy, you can, you know, very low cost courses on how to run everything you desire, maybe to be a handyman or to be an educator or to be whatever, maybe a bakery owner, how to own a bakery, how to establish your own bakery, how to be a hairstylist, you know. And you know, like the person who did my hair, she did an amazing job. I really love the hair. And you know, we were talking to her, we asked her, oh, do you want us to make a post where it can help you bring clients? She said, no, I don't want, because if you do that, I'm going to have a lot of clients and I don't want a lot of clients. How weird can that be? And can that person say they want to build wealth? No. So this is for those people that want to build wealth, and you should want to build wealth, because when you're wealthy, there is a lot of liberty. So yeah, and after that, you can check a lot of videos on YouTube you can check a lot of video on YouTube on how to build whatever you build. So today our practical example is going to be someone who wants to build a bakery. Okay, you want to have a bakery. So let's go back to the guy I'm talking about, was a cleaner who gave me all those details. Now he's been working in that place for, like I said, 3 months, 3 years, 6 months. That's a total of 42 months, okay? And he was earning 1,300 dirhams. Let's assume that he earns 1,300 dirhams. And with that 1,300 dirhams, he's able to say 600. Excuse me, please. Till now, he would have saved about 25,000. So by the time his contract expired there, what will he be doing? He will take the first 6 months before his contract expired, right? He will be studying. He already knows how to bake cake, or even if he doesn't know, he can be studying on how to make cake, studying on how to make cake. You know, when you're watching a video, you buy some little things. Those ghost boys are not your miscellaneous. You buy some little things, and then when you get back home, you do a first try. Maybe you do a try on the cake, or on maybe whatever you want to do. You're doing your little try. You try it like maybe after 2 days or every 3 days, and you're practicing, and then from there you start seeing on how you can build your website. You start checking on how you can build your own website, on how you can make it classy, on how you can make different designs, innovative ways of making your own cake or your own bakery ideas. And then you start putting them into practice. You put them into practice. And now those things are being built. Before the 6 months or 1 year that your contract will be finishing from that company, you would have, let's say, maybe 30,000 dirhams somewhere. With the 30,000 dirhams in Dubai, you're able to have a freelance, you're able to have a license where you can run an online business within that 30,000. Within that 30,000, you'll be able to maybe get a space. Maybe you get a friend or someone who is willing to rent one room, right? He has an apartment, you rent just one room. And then you have access to the kitchen, you have access everywhere to make luxury videos of your cakes. So you pay for the one room, and you can pay for like maybe 3 or 4 months or even 5 months. And then you use part of the money, and then you pay for your license and your ID. That's part. You use part of the money and buy some of those cakes, and then now you get into online. You're making them and putting them. But before then, you must have some customers, because you've been planning this for the past 1 year on how to get this cake out there, how to get everything. So within that 1 year, you must have been making it. When your friends say, oh, we are having a gathering, tell them, okay, can you just please give me money to make it for you guys for free? You make it for them and you make it, and then you go to CapCut. You make nice videos with those cake. You make nice luxury videos, and you make a luxury website or Facebook or Instagram page, and then you promote those videos. You post them there and you promote, and you get the people to give you a review. Oh, thank you for bringing those cakes, it was very nice. And now you start targeting luxury clients, and by the time you're leaving your job, you must have had clients that by the end of the month, you know that if I can supply to this number of clients, my rent is completely sorted out, my bills are completely sorted out, and I'm able to have some money in my pocket. You see, because you've been able to build that for 1 year. You see, somebody will call you, oh, I want you to make me this. You'll tell them, I can only make it for you on Sundays. Because you know that while you were still working, but you were building your clientele. Now you tell them, I am available anytime. You create your page on Facebook, you create your page on Instagram, you create your page everywhere, and then you promote those pages, and you have people leave review. Yes, they made us this cake. There were some innovative cakes there, some ideas that came up, and they were wild. Now you can partner with delivery guys that will deliver everywhere. And then you start growing. You work on making your video luxurious and beautiful. You work on the taste, and you're open to correction and everything. And before you know it, your business blows. You use TikTok to blow it. You use Instagram, you use Facebook, and then your business blow. And the next thing you know is people calling you for their events, or the 100, 1,000, 3,000, and you keep being persistent. Before you know, you move out from that your friend's place that you were living in. You move out to your own place where, if you're comfortable there, fine. But if not, then you can move out to another place, or even rent a place where you get to your own place where you're able to access the kitchen all alone. You can do whatever you want. So maybe you can employ someone. You say, oh, this business now is a little bit heavy for me alone to do it. And then you get someone to come and join you. And then the both of you tell them, okay, you're working on salary. You're supposed to be in my home at this time. And you're supposed to be here at this time. We work together, hand in gloves. And at the end of this month, this is going to be your salary. And you're going to go to that level only after you have seen that you have customers that they are able to be paying you, that no matter what, you're going to be able to have the money to pay your rent, pay your bills, pay every other thing, and then money is left for you to settle any other bills that you have. And then you pay the person, and then you make sure you have a certain amount to put inside. And accordingly, you're growing. The next thing you do is, maybe you can stay as a cloud kitchen. They call it cloud kitchen or a cloud bakery. Or you can move in to get a physical space where you can launch it and have people come over, where they can have the cake and also the coffee. So guys, this has been an amazing time talking with you guys, and we are going to be coming with so many more videos that will empower you if you are willing to put them into practice. There is no way, trust me, there is no way that your state is going to be the same. We've come to the end of the video. If you have any question, please put it down on the comment section. We are going to respond to it accordingly. And please be respectful with your comments, okay? And please do subscribe to our channel. Share the video. Let others know. You can just copy them and share them with your friends. Put them on your status. Let's just encourage me, because at the end of the day, we are bringing out information that will empower you. And, it will not just empower you, because me also sharing it is going to empower me. And I want to see you somewhere and you say, oh, thank you, your video changed me. I've had a lot of people that I can tell them that thing anytime. Their videos have changed me. So I feel like, okay, I've learned a lot. Why not share it with my own people? So guys, thank you for joining. And like I said, it's my first YouTube video ever. We are working on improving and becoming the best. But for now, let the information be carried. And as you put them into practice, your life will never be the same. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you so much. I love you guys. See you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Stay happy. Don't let anyone take your joy, and stay focused. See you guys. Bye.